What's good, guys? We back at it again with another video. As you see from the title, today we have a Jared Mccain versus Isaiah Collier breakdown. I've seen Jared live before, but this is my first time seeing Isaiah Collier live. Big time matchup, head to head. We're not going to do a lot of talking. Let's jump right into it.
From the very beginning of the game, Isaiah Collier showed his ability to pass, consistently hitting his teammates right in the shooting pocket, regardless double team or not. He also was aggressive in transition early, as you can see here, grabbing this rebound and putting pressure on the defense, getting all the way to the paint and finishing strong. Jared Mccain was met with tough defense from the tip-off, which gave him an opportunity to show what he can do as a playmaker, drawing attention from the defense and dropping off the pass. Because of his speed and quickness, Isaiah Collier is an extremely tough player to stay in front of. If you let him get by you, he has no problem finishing in the paint, even in traffic. Again, in the pick and roll with Isaiah at the helm, it seemed like Wheeler always got a great shot. Jared handled the on-ball pressure and defensive focus pretty well. It didn't seem to hinder his ability to create space for his jump shots. He just couldn't seem to find the bottom. This play didn't count, but I just want you guys to see the speed and accuracy on this pass by Isaiah. This isn't an easy play to make. Jared was also able to find ways to score even while being face guarded, back cutting, and showing that he can finish in traffic. Both players, Isaiah and Jared, did a great job using the attention that they draw on the offensive end to be able to find open teammates for good shots. Late in the first half, Jared just couldn't get a shot to go, but continued to get open looks for himself, while on the other end, Isaiah Collier continued to show why he's the best passer in the class, on time, on target, and transition. As we know, Jared Mccain loves to get to his spots, and in the second half, he was able to do so, getting to his mid-range pull-up that he takes and makes so much. Though it's not what he's known for, Isaiah did show that if you go under his screens, he can knock it down. Like I said before, Jared Mccain doesn't need the ball in his hands to score, curling off pin downs and creating for himself. Wheeler showed all night that they aren't the team to take low percentage shots against, because the second you do, Isaiah Collier is getting out in transition and he's going to make a play. Wheeler was up late in the game, and the #1 point guard in the class closed it out.
Okay, so Isaiah Collier versus Jared Mccain. These were two of some of the top guards in the class of 2023. Start off talking about Jared Mccain first. Like, we've done breakdowns on this kid before. This kid is probably the most popular high school basketball player that there is right now. I'm talking about when he walked into the gym, I watched other high school basketball teams, same age. Oh, that's Jared Mccain right there. Pull out their phone, take pictures of him, take videos of him. I'm watching little kids run up to him. Hey, can I take a picture with you? There was literally 3 rows of kids behind Centennial's bench just to cheer for Jared Mccain alone. I'm talking about local kids from the area. This kid has a following with him, even at this point right now. When I saw him at Peach Jam was the first time I saw him live. And remember, I was hearing a lot of the hype and, oh, he's this and that. But I went up to Peach Jam and he killed Peach Jam. And that's when I told you guys, no, this kid is a legitimate bucket, a guard who loves to get to his mid-range jumper, who loves to create space with the dead dribble, can also show that he can finish in the paint and show some playmaking skills as well. This game, I do have to say how Wheeler approached it in terms of they were face guarding Jared Mccain from the jump. They didn't let him get anything at all. And in this game, Jared's shot just wasn't falling. So you would see there would be times where he would be able to create a little bit of space, but his shots just weren't falling at all. Even his open ones, his wide open ones, he didn't get a lot of them. But even those ones that he did have, he couldn't seem to knock down. What I was really impressed about was his playmaking and his ability to score without the ball in his hands, because at Peach Jam, what I was watching was he has the ball in his hands. He's taking every shot. He's dribbling most of the time. But on this team, when they were face guarding him, when they were denying him the ball, I'm watching him curl pin downs. I'm watching him sprint off screens and then getting downhill and being able to finish in traffic. Also playmaking. He was able to use the attention that he was drawing on the offensive end, even though he wasn't scoring. He's that dangerous of a player. The defense still has to pay attention to him. He was still able to make certain passes. He makes the drop off to his big. He makes the pass across the baseline to his teammate for the open 3. Jared did show that he can affect the game in other ways. Also on the defensive end, I do have to say this, he competed. They were guarding each other, Isaiah and Jared. And for both players, they competed for the majority of the game. Now moving on to Isaiah Collier. This is 24/7's #1 player in the class of 2023. We've done a breakdown on him before, and the first time I did that breakdown on him, First thing that popped off the screen to me was his ability to pass the basketball. And then I show up to the game, and when I'm telling you, I'm watching this dude make any pass you want. Right hand off the dribble, left hand off the dribble, right hand, left hand, hook pass. The type of zip that he puts on a lot of these passes coming from the point guard spot in the high school ranks, I probably haven't seen since a player like Lonzo in terms of how he can pass players open and how Isaiah plays. He isn't a player that's looking to score first. When he steps on the court, legitimately, he's looking to get all of his teammates involved. Like, this is a player that I would have loved to play with. His big Arrington Page definitely benefited from Isaiah Collier, finding him in the pick and roll, finding him on drop-offs. And shout out to him, he played extremely well. But even though I'm saying Isaiah is a pass-first guard, he still has an ability to score the basketball because of his size, because of his athleticism, because of his quickness. He's a guard that's extremely hard to stay in front of. In transition, he's going to push 24/7. Most of the time, they're not stopping him. And once he gets into the paint, right hand, left hand, you guys saw it in transition, can finish on either sides of the rim, can contort his body. His jumper is something that may not be something that's talked about or is his quote-unquote strong suit right now. But if you leave him open, he can knock it down. You go under his ball screens, he can knock down the three. He can get to that mid-range pull-up and knock it down with some level of consistency. This is just a player who, as a coach, I feel comfortable. I don't feel nervous when he's in the game, whether it's a late game situation or whether you're up 20, down 20, it doesn't matter. This is the type of point guard that I want in the game because I trust him to not make a mistake. I trust him to make the right plays, not going to be selfish. If he has an open teammate, Isaiah Collier will find him. And if there isn't a teammate open, he also is skilled enough to score for himself. This is a player who is in my top 10. And this is a player who, when I come with my updated top 10 at the end of this season, this is a player who definitely will rise. This was a great game to go to. I actually have a couple more breakdowns coming from these games that I went to at City of Palms. I've told you guys before, we're going to start to go to tournaments all over and even start to go to some local high school games, see if we can find some talent that nobody knows about. Like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I appreciate you guys watching. Remember, if you want the subscriber breakdowns or the one-on-one evaluations, hit my website, btibasketball.com, in the description. Also, if you need any advice, have any questions for me, hit my link for Noodle in the description. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys next time in the next video.